Let's talk about the fight against graft. He's made it one of his chief, campaign areas, if you like. And corruption is one of those things that were used to hang him. Corruption. In the Daily Guide today, he says, no family, friends, government again. That's what they say, the new Mahama. Those were some of the very things that were used against him when he was president of the land. What exactly does the former president mean when he suggests that he's going to tackle corruption? I mean, you look at the indices and, well, not much has changed since that time in terms of the Corruption Perception Index. We saw the Afrobarometer report, which pointed to not perception, but real corruption figures out there. This was just last year. But what is the former president going to do should he be given the nod in fighting corruption?
Well, look, let's be honest. And I am not going to say what I'm about to say because I'm NDC or because I had the privilege of serving in government and serving President John Dramani Mahama as one of his presidential staffers. In fact, I was a deputy policy coordinator at the presidency in charge of operations, and I was part of the policy delivery unit. I know that when it comes to the record of fighting corruption in the history of the Fourth Republic, clearly, the Mills Mahama administration and the Mahama Emisata administration stands tall because I was there. And it was part of my responsibility working with the late Daniel Batadam. We were in charge of the portfolio that had to do with good governance and the fight against corruption. So I know what I am talking about. And I can give you several examples. I can give you examples where, for the first time in a long time, a sitting president, a government, had to superintend and supervise over the prosecution of government appointees based on allegations of corruption.
The name that comes to mind, apart from all the claims that are made, Abu Gapile.
That is only one. You also remember the investigation that was conducted, in fact, at the instance of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, into national service, which uncovered a lot of rot and graft that was going on, and people were prosecuted. There are many other examples that I can cite. And you see,
share some more of them with us, because I'm sure ordinary Ghanaians would also be saying, look, many more examples. You've spoken of Abu Gapile, you've spoken of the National Service Secretariat. If people are going to take the former president seriously, some work must be shown from the past.
Yes.
And what can be done in the present.
Are
there any others you can?
So I've just given you two examples for now, right? Compare that to this current government and president. Tell me one alleged act of corruption that has been investigated, where sitting government appointees have been held accountable.
But
and yet the allegations...
There have been exposés, there have been investigations conducted.
Well, by
people
who?
have been cleared.
Well, that is the problem. When you have a president who has a penchant to clear his appointees who are alleged to have been engaged in acts of corruption or who are being investigated for acts of corruption, he is, in fact, enhancing corruption.
But it is
not fighting corruption. Look, don't take it from me.
It has never been, just to clarify, you say when you have a president who has the penchant for clearing, it has never been the president himself clearing these people.
No, but he has made the announcement.
It has been or the investigative...
Which of them? Which of them?
And others.
Which of them? I mean, we all know...
Should I cite Charles Bissu? Should I cite
Charles Bissu?
The PPA
you know.
There have been
the PPA boss is still standing trial.
Yes, but at a point in time, his assets were unfrozen and all of that.
Yeah, so why were his assets unfrozen?
Well, it was a judicial process.
In fact, to do with the law. When in fact
it was a technicality.
That is it.
Was exploited.
A technicality which was exploited. Does that mean that the resources that were found in his account, as per the Commission for Human Rights and Administrative Justice report, and he was asked to refund those monies. How did he get those monies? You are talking about Charles Bissu. You know that as we are speaking, the announced expose which brought about that issue, you saw the way it was done. In fact, I can tell you that Anas and his tiger eye, and most Ghanaians are not satisfied with the way this matter was handled. We all know the way that this matter could have been handled to ensure that those who were found culpable were held accountable. But look at the way it was done, just to give room for the issue to become a non-issue.